Good morning, it's the 10th of February and we are back on the front lake. Just got here, there's absolutely no cars around, so hopefully I can get in one of the hot pegs. So I'm going to go and have a little look now, and we'll see what's available. There is a almost like a double peg on the front lake that I've never really seen empty, so I'm going to go and check that out first. Chuck a bucket in that swim just in case anyone comes, and then carry on doing a bit of a walk around, really, see if we can see any signs. It is still a bit cold. It was -2, -1 this morning, whereas got to the lake it's about 4 degrees now, 4 or 5 degrees, so it's warming up nicely, and no ice on the water, which is good. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll get in, get set up. We're taking the new rods for a spin, testing out the Fox Explorer, not the new ones, just the old ones. Yeah, quite excited. A little bit imbalanced though because they got 12,000 XCs on, but we'll see what happens, see how they go. Haven't bought my boat, so we're purely just casting. I'm going to be fishing solid bags. Yeah, just a little day session really, well, day session / 24 hours into the night, and we'll be going off tomorrow lunchtime-ish. So yeah, fingers crossed we can get a fish, probably a bream more than likely, but we'll see. The peg that I'd chosen was in the double swim, and I've gone for the left hand side. The reason being is I've got access to the to a little island that's out there. So yeah, this is one of the 2 hot pegs on the front lake, and as you all know, I'm yet to catch a carp from this front lake. The conditions are looking pretty good for it. There's a lot of bird life out in the water, which could be a bit of a drama. We've only fished in solid bags, so I don't want to get wiped out, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, let's get set up and go through the actual rods and the kit that we're going to be using today. The trap's just about set, so we've gone with solid bags, and the reason being is I didn't want to bring my boat. I wanted to use the Explorers for casting, and I just didn't fancy prepping loads of bait. So obviously we've been so cold and winter conditions, little is sometimes more in these situations. So yeah, just fishing solid bags over a mix of pellets, and one's on Milky Morbs by DNA and the other is on Half Tones the Bug by DNA as well. So there's a mixture of the bug pellets and stim mix, or beta stim mix, I can't quite remember. Again, all from DNA. The wind's picked up slightly now. It's a little bit nippy on this bag as well. It doesn't get too much sun, but yeah. Where I would be fishing, we're fishing 11 wraps out on the 10-foot rods. Not too sure what that converts to using the 12-foot rods, probably about 9 or something like that. So we're not fishing that far out, and as I was casting, it's fairly soft, so yeah, quite a nice casting action at the minute. There's no no shock leaders or anything on them, so you can't really fully compress the rod. But yeah, so far so good, perfect for these little venues. It's nearly lunchtime, took a little while, had a little let around and whatnot. So yeah, I think I'm going to have a brew and get some food on. Obviously burgers, lunch and dinner. So yeah, get some food on and we'll see what happens, see what the day brings. It's 1:30, the rods have been out for a few hours, and I've tried to get some pellet out onto the spot because I'm fishing solid bags, so I wanted to try and get a bit of bait spread around, and I didn't bring my bait boat, and I don't have my spod rod with me because, as I said, I'm just taking the Explorers out for a little trip. So what I tried to catapult, it wasn't really reaching the spot. But another method you can use is tie up some sticks, just some little balls of pellet, and catapult them onto the spot. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now, just to get that little bit more bait out really. So yeah, not many people do it, but it's a good way of getting bait out there if you've got no other method. You know, try the throwing stick if you really want to, but with it being pellet, it won't really go that far. So this is the only other alternative. As you've seen there, quite a handy little tactic. I pretty much put 2 on each rod because they're fishing probably 2 rod lengths apart maybe. Well, I think they're just on the edge of the weed bed. Again, because I didn't have my spod rod, I've not got any braid, so it's quite hard to tell what the bottom was, you know, with mono. But yeah, pellets out. The bird life didn't want to know because they were in, obviously, sticks, so they just sank straight away. So that's another good thing, so the bird life weren't diving down. But yeah, not even had a single beep on the rods, nothing. And I am fishing bags, which you know, people would change their bags every couple of hours, but I'm quite content, to be fair. I'll probably change them before dinner, so before it goes dark later on, just to freshen up the bait going into that evening bite time. The complex as a whole, I've not really seen do many day bites. In spring and summer, then yeah, you know, you got a chance of getting a day bite, but even like the front lake, I've never seen a day bite really, apart from, tell a lie, I've had 2 day bites, haven't I? I had one on peg 1, that was first thing in the morning, and then one on peg 7, but again that was summer, so count that out. As winter goes, these venues are quite hard. From the months of last year, from the months of around February through to mid-March, I didn't have a single bite, and I must have done about 6-7 nights, not consecutively, but you know, throughout that period of time, and I didn't really have a bite. So fingers crossed. I had some bream, but that's as expected. And fishing pellet, I'm expecting to get some bream tonight, but hopefully, you know, I can just they see each other feeding and I can get try and nab a carp. So we'll see what happens. It is a little bit nippy. It's a westerly wind now at around 10 miles an hour. So as you would have seen, the wind's coming almost straight across the lake. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. That's a little trick from me to you. It's about 20 to 5 now, and as you can see, hardly any wind on the lake, some bird life just over the spot. So my spot, as we look at it on camera, is around there-ish. Can't see because it's on backwards mode, but yeah, anyway, you get the gist. It's over there. I've got a couple of bags tied up, ready to redo the rods shortly, so they've probably been out maybe just over 5 hours, 5.5 hours now. Yeah, I think they got in about 11, so maybe 6 hours. So yeah, and that's on one bag, so, and I've not even had a bleep or anything. So before it goes dark, redo the rods, put a couple more bags of those stick bags of pellets that I showed you, put a few more of them out, and we just settle in for the night. Get the obvious, have a second round of burgers, couple of brews with some special brew, may I add, Irish coffee or Irish tea, whichever way you want to look at it, depending on what you're drinking. Yeah, a little bit of whiskey to keep you warm in the winter times is a great addition. So yeah, if anything changes though through the night, I will be sure to let you know, and I'm pretty sure you will see me with a bream. That I can almost guarantee. I'll be very, very surprised if we don't get at least one bream. So you might see me, and I might even just show you the bream, just for why not. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be seeing you later on tonight with a bream. No more than probably 10 minutes since I just did that little bit of to camera. Look at the size of that bream. The bream are on us, but at least we know the spot's working, and it has been caught on the bug, a pink wafter. I'll show you exactly what it is in a minute. Welcome back, guys. It's Bream TV. Now, I'm only joking. I was just cooking my burgers, of course, my evening meal, and I had a double take, which both ended up being a bream. Again, some quite sizable bream. Got the rods back out. I was thinking about putting some more balls of pellet out, but then I had a bit of a liner, and so I was like, right, I'll leave it. And then out of nowhere, I was cooking, just gone. Right hand rod went first. Got that in the net, and then the left hand rod then went. So yeah, it's still early. It's only about 7:10. So yeah, it's looking good. Right, and I kept these bream in the net, so I'm going to release them now. Let's have a quick look. Well, this is the result of the double take. Just call me the Bream King. Yeah, 2 rather large bream on a double take. What have I got to do to get a bite around here? 20 to 8, and we've got another one. Could be in for a very, very long night, but will all be worth it if we can get a carp. You wouldn't believe me even if I said it, but I've just landed my 11th bream, and it's about 8:30. Oh yeah, it's about 8:30 in the morning. I've had 11 bream through the night, probably averagely every 45 minutes I had a bream ish, 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah, not much sleep, but lots and lots of bream. I thought it was going to happen, but sadly I've just not been able to pick a carp off. I'm going to put this rod back out now and then just start packing up. I was going to stay till lunchtime, but due to the action, the subpar action, I'm going to call it a day early and get home and probably have a nap as well, because I am hanging out. But yeah, let's get it back out. Still a little bit of time. One can only hope. That's all the kit loaded. Sadly, no carp on the bank this time round. I don't know if I'll be coming back anytime soon. I've got a bit on with work, but hopefully we can try and get a cheeky little overnight, similar to what I've just done now, but obviously leaving a bit earlier in the morning. But yeah, all in all, achieve what I wanted to achieve really, which was give the rods a bit of a thrashing, but get out and get some casting done with them using the bags, and just generally get a feel for them, see if the 12,000 XE was a bit too big, or was it overpowered, was the balance right? And I think if I went with the 10,000 XEs, it would probably be perfect, because I don't think I'd get 3 in the actual rod bag. So that's what I've got to keep in mind. But yeah, all in all, 11 bream, loads of action, just sadly not the target species that we wanted. But yeah, until next time, stay carpy. It's now the 23rd of Feb, and I'm back on the front lake. It's about 20 past 7 in the morning, and I've got my bucket, just about to do a walk around. There is 4 vehicles in the car park today, so hopefully it's not too busy. And I know as soon as you come on, you can see the 2 pegs on the front lake that are always taken, and lo and behold, they are taken. So I'm just going to do a quick lap and see which pegs are available on the front lake, because as I said, I do want to try and nab one out of here. So yeah, let's see what we can do. The rods are now set. So on the left hand rod, I'm fishing a Ronnie rig, using the new Fox's super wide gate long shank hook. So I'll give that a try, and that is fishing a DNA Milky Malts pop-up, I think that's how you pronounce it. And then on the right hand rod, sorry, the left hand rod is fishing close to almost like a little snag, little dot island, and the right hand rod is fishing in between like the spit and then a tiny little dot, so almost like a channel, and that's fishing an Illusion D with a Milky Malts wafter on it. Let me just make sure I'm saying that right. Milky Malts from DNA. Yeah, and that's where we are. I'm fishing in the Kamikaze swim on the front lake. It is swim 7. I have fished it before, fished it a couple of times, and obviously still not caught anything from this lake. But yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. I'm gonna finish just sorting some more stuff out, because I tied rigs up, put a snag leader on and stuff like that, and then probably have my first brew with a couple of bickies. Why not, eh? I'll tell you what I have brought with me though. I brought with me an infrared thermometer, just to check the temperature of the water, or as accurate as I can, because I don't have a deeper or anything like that, and the boat doesn't come with it. So I just did that, and it's around 9.3, 9.5 degrees. So it's looking, the water's still, it's warming up slowly, which is good. So yeah, all we've got to do now is just wait. Traps are set, and I'll talk you through the bait a little bit later on as what I'm actually feeding. So see you in a bit. Well, we've done a few hours in Kamikaze swim, and I've noticed that the 19 and 20 swims are open. The one that's normally the hot spot on this lake where everyone tries to go in, and I've noticed that they've come available. So I'm gonna drop into there, put a quick move on the cards, hopefully get in that swim. And I know the spot that I was fishing the other week produced some bites, albeit they were bream. I've got boilie with me today, so hopefully might be able to grab one of those carp. Right? Just seen the bailiff. Technically I'm not allowed to have my stuff in one swim and bucket another, so I haven't bucketed it, but it's only me. There's people already on the back lake and the bailiffs are here, but I don't know if they're fishing or where they're fishing, what they're fishing for. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly pack up, chuck all my stuff on the barrow and go. Let's do it. There you go then, all moved in, peg 19. So you would have seen this earlier in this this video, and I've got one in line with kind of like the little dot island here, and then one probably about here, and they're at about 11. They're at 11 and a bit wraps. That's on a 10-foot wrap. I haven't got a distance thing that shows 12 foot, but yeah, that's us now set. So within an hour, I moved from literally behind that dot island, packed up, moved around, and got the rods back out, and the bivvy's fully set up, bed and everything. Well, less than an hour, so that's good going. Now I feel like I deserve a brew. If you do like this sort of content, make sure you subscribe. Roughly 70% of viewers to the channel haven't subscribed, and some of those are my return viewers as well, so help me out, give me a subscribe. And it's happened, a bream, but look at the size of them. That's what I mean, they're not a small bream, and that's probably one of the smallest ones I've caught being here. But yeah, as you can see, they're not small at all. Right, let's sort it out, get rid of it, put this rod back out. Good morning, everybody. It's about 8 o'clock, and I had a great sleep, and I wasn't actually plagued by bream. I think I caught the last bream about 7, half 7, and then that was it. Then motionless rods all night. I kept like waking up thinking I was having a run, but just to nothing. Yeah, so just gonna have a brew and then I'll redo the rods. So we've gone through that bite time window almost, so I'm just gonna leave them for a little bit, like I say, have a brew, get my brekkie on, and then redo them. Maybe have a little change up, we'll see. Just brewing up, thought I'd jump on and give you a little update. Situation, no change. However, what we have done is I've moved the rod slightly. I've got my left hand rod in the margin, about a rod length off the actual bank. That's now on a pink wafter, the bug wafter, and then my right hand rod is slightly over to the left, a little bit further up, as I've seen him ashore there, and that's no change. It's still on the Ronnie rig, but it's a pop-up topped with a pink piece of fake corn. So, you know, reverting back to those tactics that worked all summer last year. With it being winter, you know, the water's cold. I just thought, oh, we'll chuck a bit of colour in there. And also, what I've been, as you would have seen earlier in the video, I got the infrared thermometer out. So last night, the water temperature dropped by around 2 degrees, so it went to about 7 degrees. I've just checked a minute ago, and it's back at about 9.3, 9.4. So yeah, I was actually quite fascinated that the water temperature drops so much, essentially, from day to night. And it's not even as if the sun's been up warming the water. It's just warmer. That might obviously be the upper layers, but yeah, the water is warmer now, so 9.5 degrees. So just wait and see, really. See what happens. Shortly I will take you through the bait that I'm using. I'll get it out and I'll let you have a look at it. Excuse the mess, but as I said, I'm going to show you the bait that I'm going to be using, that I am using, should I say. So as you can see, just some boilies, chopped whole and crushed in there, along with some beta stem pellet and some the bug pellet, all the bug, along with the beta stim liquid to soak it all in. And the reason for that is, so obviously it's glazed, but then the chop boilers have soaked it up, and that's just so the attraction can get down to the lake bed. And yeah, I didn't really want to go heavy on the particles because of the bream, but yeah, I went with a little bit of pellet, a little bit less pellet in today's mix and last night's mix, hence why I didn't stay up with the bream and I weren't fishing solid bags, so that was a good thing. But yeah, that is the bait that we've been using so far. This lake that we are fishing is new. It's a hard water, even in summer, as you've seen on the channel. I've fished it and I've yet to catch. So in the winter, it's even harder. And DNA baits is really, really good. My mate has fished top of manor, I think 3-4 times over winter, and he's had 17 fish out of there. You know, every session he's done well. His previous session, he went for less than 30 hours. He was booked on for 30, but I think he did just over 24, and he had 3 fish up to 27 out of big A's, little A's. With me that one time, he had 6-7 fish. Yeah, he went to Willow, had a few fish there. So yeah, we know it works and we know it works well, but it's just the venue in here. We're not too sure on the stock of fish. Bailiffs say there's a few hundred. Other people say different. You just don't know. You just don't know. And with it being winter, they don't show themselves. Even in summer, this lake doesn't really show fish that often. Only time I've seen it was in the height of summer, when it's been too hot to even do anything. I've seen them down the shallow end in Peg 1, just on the surface, not interested in any sort of food. So yeah, that's the bait we're using today. A few different hook baits that I've got, all in the DNA range. I went through from CC Moore to DNA because I wanted that all year round bait, but I suppose it's not a true reflection of how good the bait is if you're going on hard waters in the winter. If you need to go to an almost runs water in the winter, or a decent winter venue, to test these baits out. And yeah, that'll be the mix that I'll probably use in East Delph as well, which is a little bit more heavily stocked in 2 acres. I was looking last night, 2 acres there's around, averagely around 170 fish in each lake, and each lake's around 2 acres. So yeah, so a good head of fish in each lake. So that'll be a true representation of the bait. Hopefully we can sort it out. You can hear burgers sizzling. Ooh, yes. So it must be dinner time. And you'd be right, it is. No changes on the fishing front. It's been very quiet. I'm thinking of moving my right hand rod to the spot around 11 wraps out that I know produces bites where the bream were coming from. Just probably chucking a load of bait over it and just leaving it. But then again, I'm stuck between what to do really. Yeah, so I'm just going to eat my burgers and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to move that one. I'm definitely going to keep that one on the left in the margin. I think it's worth doing that. So yeah, move my right one back to the spot where I'm a little bit more confident. Put some bait out over the top of it, and we'll go from there. Hopefully keep the bream away, but we'll see. as I said before, I topped the hook bait with some fake corn, so hopefully that hook bait's a little bit too big now for bream. Or they're put off by it, so we'll see what happens. If anything changes though, I'll let you know. If you see me, it might be because I've had a bream, but if not, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. So I had 1 or 2 bream last night. Not really that late, to be fair. It was all before, I want to say before 10 o'clock. Yeah, then nothing through the night. So I'm gonna get up, have for brew, some porridge, and then pack up, ready to go. So yeah, not been a steady 2 days really. Can't catch them sat at home, can you? So it's always better to be on the bank. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time.